Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the finest ready-to-run loco performance I've ever possessed since coming into O gauge from 2008. I started with a brass ready-to-run Shang from Tower Models. Wasn't impressed with the running really. Next one was a Lionheart pannier tank, which was okay, but I didn't like the drive mechanism. It was still too rattly and noisy for me. I have to take my hats off to DAPOL. They've done a really superb job with this, and for heaven's sakes, for less than 200 quid it's even got inside working valve gear between the frames. It's not a 100% perfect, but 99.5. My criticism would be is that little as they are, the magnets that hold the roof section on hadn't been depressed fully, so the roof sat at a dodgy angle or a jaunty angle. That was soon remedied. The other issue is that the plastic moulding at the back of the cab was pushed inwards just a fraction of a millimetre, which stopped the doors from opening. That was easily remedied. I just pulled it back out again. There are two fixing screws that are at the base of the cab moulding, particularly where the number plates are, and they were done up excessively tightly on initial assembly, I think, which caused the side panels of the cab to sort of bow in a bit, which made the handrails look at a dodgy angle. They weren't parallel to each other as you look down the cab side. As you can see on this one, the actual cab handrails have come out. They're actually metal, surprisingly enough, and I just need to glue them back in. But I've actually just tweaked the side panels out a bit, and I'm actually going to put a wooden sausage stick in there for a couple of months just to straighten things up. But having said that, perfect model, runs superbly. There is a slight minuscule clicking that you can hear in both directions, which I can see are the coupling rods, whether that's to do with the mechanism in the middle. But I think with a bit of lubrication that will disappear. It'll be interesting when I play this back whether it's actually noticeable when I run the model again. And that's been really nitpicking really. Livery wise it's perfect. I'm pretty sure that the top of the splashers should be black, not green. But again, that'll soon be remedied when I change her over to DCC. On this current performance, that will improve the performance of this to 100% perfect. Very impressed with DAPOL. Hated their 4mm products, wouldn't touch them with a barge pole. This is top of the range for me. I know there have been quality issues with them, but I'm afraid you're going to get that with locos that are made by factories, with workers that have real no intrinsic interest in models. But this one, I would say, is the best ready-to-run model I've had in both 4mm and 7mm. Hats off to DAPOL.